Right around the corner, they went through it.
And
Should have wrote down when I was talking. They write this stuff down these days, and it comes and goes so fast when you just think about it.
but yeah, Zacharias, he was just like Abraham. I don't know. We way up here. You 80 years old. See, people still have babies at 60 these days, so that ain't nothing. But during that time frame, they lived for hundreds of years. And you know, Abraham, he was over 100. Sarah was 80. You still have, you know, they were at Diana Ross. She carried her daughter's baby. She's 60 something, going on 70.
Right.
But back during that time frame, when you got to a certain age, because see, they lived a rough life from the beginning. You know, they walk around with, we had comfortable shoes on and all this stuff. They might be barefoot, not there, it's just dusty and all this stuff. But it was a rough life they lived.
A lot stronger.
Yeah, usually a strong women. They're like back in the day, our grandmother stuff was some strong women during that time.
Yeah.
They had to be stronger than that.
Yeah, lifting it, pulling it.
But yeah, then you know, you get told, and it didn't say when Elizabeth was told she was gonna have a baby. It didn't say what she said or what she did. You see, Zachariah said, okay, but Zachariah went and made ready for what the angel told him to do. Go make ready. So he went on and made ready for that. Okay, we hear from the class.
Good morning, Sunday school.
Good morning.
Today we have one teacher, 5 students, we raised $4. Today's lesson was lesson number 3, the forerunner of the Savior, coming from Luke chapter 1, verses 8 through 20. And today we learned that the priestly duties was automatic for Aaron's direct descendants. And there was more priests than there were jobs. So when the priests were granted the opportunity to serve in their division, they considered it an honor because it might not be a year before they could serve again. And these duties had included offerings in the morning and evening, sacrifices for the nation of Israel, other assorted offerings of flowers and oils, drink offerings, and burning incense. And Zacharias was a priest, and he had been chosen to serve for his division's weeks to offer the incense. And offering the incense was a high honor duty because it was not given to just anyone. It was all part of God's plan to have Zacharias and Elizabeth to have a child. And Zacharias was instructed to name his son John, and John was born to be a Nazarite. And we learned that Nazarite was someone who was separated and who held vows to not cut their hair and to eat certain foods and don't drink alcohol and don't touch dead animals, and there was some more stuff to that. And we learned that Zacharias had prayed, he may have prayed for a son because they had gone through the same thing Sarah and Abraham had gone through, because they had a hard time making a child. And because Zacharias had a lack of faith, he had to be mute until John was born. But the whole time, God had plans not only for them to have a child, but for their child to play a great impact on people's lives. And that's what we have learned today.
Amen.
I was looking here because there was one place, man, we really do a Bible application. Students will agree that despite our limitation, God's plan will go forward. Despite our short limitation, because we have short limitations, God's plan will go on If we think we can't do something, we can do it for God. A lot of times we don't do stuff because we I can't do that. You ain't tried. God can do stuff. The Zechariah request for proof from the angel contrasts sharply with Mary's request for detail. Mary says, Lord, I need to know something else about this. I ain't married with no man. How can I be having a baby? Tell me something. So a human we tend towards skepticism. And I got a question up here. This says question, hesitant. We always question God.
Mm-hmm.
Are we all the time hesitant when God says something, or have that little doubt in the back of our mind that, okay, you said this, but I'm not sure. How might we more fully trust God's promise and draw for expression or realization and His activity in our lives? He'll say something, but we'll question that or have that like, okay, that big hesitant there is like, okay, I'm not sure.
Couple of reasons. One is because you still have the unbelief, and the doubt is because you're still fighting a war between your spirit and flesh. And if you hadn't been before God on your spirit more than you've been before, that your spirit rolled more, your flesh rolled more. Your flesh is going to be saying, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Because if you remember, anybody called by God, the first thing we said, not me.
Not me. You sure talking to me?
Not me, I know. That's why I got to make sure it's God. You hold off a little bit longer till God puts something in your life and go, okay, I hear you.
It was you.
It was.
It was you. Okay,
So,
I'm going on to do it now.
and then that's the same thing. We pray and ask God to use us and do things, and then when He do, you be like, not now. See, it's always, I guess you could put it like, we already got it scripted out the way we want
wanted to do.
There you go. And God, He interrupts what we write anyway. Your script is not important. God said, this is the way we're going to do it, and I want it this way. And then all of a sudden, when it comes that way, we're going to like, oh my God, I'm not ready.
It doesn't happen, and you like, okay, it already happened. I'm standing in the middle of it, and I'm waiting for it. I'm still waiting to come, and I'm already there.
I'm there. So it go back to what you said earlier. While we out there waiting to do something, God already do it. We ain't going to do it. God going to do it for us. So He's trying to say, lean not to your own understanding. You don't have the strength to do it, but I'm going to do it for you. If we knew how God was going to do it, in other words, I'm getting a blessing today, God going to do it. Well, that ain't God.
Yeah, no,
That ain't God.
It's you.
So that's me, and the enemy going to make sure it's me, because He's going to make it happen. But then God's blessing going to come. It's coming. You know it's coming. But ain't no time on it, because His time ain't our time. So that's where faith come in at. So that's what our faith is limited when it comes to stuff like
It's
that.
limited. So yeah, we have to, when God tells us something, we just got to say, okay, Lord, it's your will, and go on.
Yeah.
Because if we think about it, we're going to have that doubt. We're going to be hesitant on it. So we just got to go ahead and do it. And as I said, when you go ahead and do it, before you know it, it's already done. And you like,
Yeah.
okay, it's already done. Don't you stand, like I said, you stand in the middle of it. You at the end of what already supposed to be done. Like, okay, because you don't know how you're going to do it.
Nope.
We, as you said, we planned it out already.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And God says, here it is, it's over.
Nope.
Everything in between gone.
No. Done.
You bypassed all them steps.
Yes, sir. Obedience is the best way. I think they call it slow to obey is called disobedience. When God tells you to do something, if you notice in most places in the Bible, people move quickly.
Yeah.
And those who didn't move quickly, God had grace on them, but they had to go through some stuff. Because I read somewhere that when we don't do what God tells us to do, there's somebody's soul not being saved for us not being obedient to what we're supposed to do. I said, wow. So it don't make it no better. I mean, as you read and look that stuff up, you find out it just fall right on your head like, wow.
Yeah.
And the student response, the students will agree that God answers our prayer in powerful and sometimes unusual ways. It's gonna be powerful, and it's sure enough gonna be unusual to us, but it's not unusual to him.
Mm-hmm.
It says, no doubt in days, Zacharias Silas finished his memorable week of service and went home. Elizabeth conceived a child, and Zachariah got the proof he had been seeking of. It is noteworthy that Zachariah heard from God while he was in the temple worshiping and serving God. He had placed himself in a position to hear from God. That's another thing. We don't put ourselves in a position to hear God.
Nope.
We got to put ourselves in a place to hear God. When we spend time in God's presence, we open up the door of communication. God speaks to those who listen for his voice. We got to hear what he's saying. And it was in this lesson somewhere. I don't see it. I forgot what it was. But Elizabeth didn't have John. Elizabeth had 3 other children.
Mm-hmm.
She was past childbearing years, but she had 3 other children outside of John.
Mm-hmm.
So we think she just only, well, she had 3 more children, and she was way up there in age. Yeah, God do. Just like I said in one Sunday school before, these people try 15, 20 years to have children, can't have nothing, go adopt 2 children, then they get pregnant and have 2 more. I said, well, he didn't give them to a prophet at the end because they weren't ready for them. Second of all, I need to see how you going to do with children. So you go adopt 2, you treat them good, then I'll give you your own.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got 4.
Yeah.
But he needs to get them 2 children that was in adoption to a family that was going to take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I like, wait, you got them. I got, they where they want to, they're going to be taken care of. I know you're going to treat them like they're your own. Then you get your own, you treat all of them like they're your own. Got to do some stuff. That man?
Mm-hmm.
Hear from the clerk.
Good morning, Sunday School.
Good morning.
Minister of the Redeemed Church of God in Christ was called to order on December the 18th of the year of our Lord 2016. School was called to lesson in the camp at 9 o'clock, singing hymn Away in a Manger. Prayer by Scripture for the days of Luke 1, verse 8. The subject of the lesson is the prayer of the Savior. That may be thought it should be evaluated according to the faith. Teachers took a class of 45 minutes. We have 2 teachers, 2 officers, 1 teacher. There's a very grand total for today, 5. Grand total last Sunday was 12. Total offering for today, $4. The weather was cloudy and warm. Let's review 5 minutes by Deacon Golston, Superintendent Camp, Acting Clerk, Sister Camp.
And it's been received and adopted with necessary correction. Let us stand and dismiss in the morning worship services. Our little man went with pastor, so I think she would pick up some help with somebody. But he let, can I go ahead and go ahead? Be right here. A child saved?
Child saved.
A soul saved?
A soul saved.
Plus life.
Plus life.
Doing his own thing. Oh, Lord,
If you come in 5 Tuesday, you can take time more. Like you could just go on the other day.
Well,
My birthday party yesterday. Jumping on everybody. Then he gets up this morning and Mommy, I'm tired.
how old is he now?
5. He's 4. He'll be 5 on Tuesday.
Mm.
He's a big 4 in it, Brian.
That's a lot of December baby.
That's a lot.
Leave.
Monique. I got my mom had 3. 3 in December. Mom, my middle brother, my oldest brother, my sister, they all in December. December 1, 8, 13, then Monique, December 7, Jane, December 20. We got a lot in our family in December too.
Yeah, Chanel's was the 16th.
Chanel.
45.
All right. Oh, now you got to tell all her Eves too?
Then Sharon is 21.
Oh, that's right, Sharon too.
And Robert's the 23rd.
Oh, it's a lot of us.
And Jenny's birthday was the 5th. My sister's birthday was the 12th.
Okay.
My wife's son's birthday was the 17th Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Her brother's birthday, one is 24th, the other's the 26th.
A lot of celebrations in
I'm like,
December.
y'all ain't got time. Again, then her daughter graduated from college.
That's so. Who's going to graduate?